I've been in kind of a funk for the last month or so. I've been traveling a lot, and that's meant less time on the computer and less work getting done. And then you might remember that I was hit by a car in Mexico a couple months ago, and it took a while for my wrist to heal to the point where typing for long periods of time wasn't uncomfortable. And then last week I had a bad cold, and I felt just pretty lousy all around, so I pretty much just laid around and read Agatha Christie novels all week, and again, didn't get much done. As far as my work goes, I haven't been getting much done lately in general, and as far as this podcast goes, I've been struggling to come up with things to talk about. That's not the main reason I've taken some time off from the podcast over the last month or so. Like I said, I've been traveling and moving and just haven't had time to record. But it is unusual for me not to have a ton of ideas. For most of the run of the podcast so far, I've had much more to talk about than I could fit into a sub-20-minute podcast episode. But recently, I've honestly been struggling to fill up the time and to come up with things to talk about. And that was the case up until this last week, when I made some changes that have helped a lot. And the changes can be summed up as refreshing my inputs. And bear with me as I explain what that lame-sounding phrase means. So here's the thing. I get my ideas from things that I see, and that's even the unofficial tagline of the Digital Publishing Podcast. Things I see and would like to see in the world of digital publishing. But it had gotten to the point where everything that I was seeing was stuff that I had already seen before. None of it was new to me. I needed new stuff coming at me, or new inputs, as I'm calling them. So to remedy the situation, I did a few things to refresh my inputs, to breathe some new life into the media that I consume. I'm a big fan of Reddit, and I spend a fair amount of time there every day, so I subscribed to some new subreddits and unsubscribed from some older ones that I don't really pay much attention to anymore. I followed some new people on Twitter. I unsubscribed from a few news-style blogs in my RSS reader that put out a lot of new articles every day, but that didn't really give me anything new compared to the other sites I was subscribed to. And once I got rid of those echo chamber blogs, I found some new blogs and some new websites to subscribe to. I subscribed to some new YouTube channels. And so, in other words, and to summarize, every channel through which I consume information was refreshed. The old stale stuff was taken away and replaced with newer stuff. And the results have been really good. I feel excited again when I check my RSS reader and when I go to Reddit. And yes, I have more ideas and more things to talk about on the podcast. And this kind of thing is a great way to get out of a funk if you're out of ideas, or even if you're just bored or uninspired. Just breathe some new life into the media that you're consuming.